is Shavana, and I wanted to welcome you to my channel. For those of you who do not know and you're new, not like I really did an introduction video, but I am basically a student pursuing medicine. So I'm going to be a physician in the upcoming years. I will finally have my long coat, which right now, of course, I currently have my short coat. I'll explain that in another video if need be. But I'm currently pursuing medicine at the University of Medicine and Health Sciences in St. Kitts, okay? So basically this video today is to tell you about what I had to pack to get here. When I say I had so much stuff, not only that, it's very expensive coming to St. Kitts and being a student here, which nobody tells you. There's a lot to the whole being a student in medical school out the country. And I will do a video on that, basically saying the pros and the cons of being a study abroad student and some of the things you might run into that you wouldn't run into if you were in the States and you're accustomed to that way of living. Because once you get to another place and the living changes, nobody tells us about this stuff. Nobody tells us the adjustments that go into place, because I never knew I had to come here. Never knew I was trying to be in another country until I looked at my goals and I realized, oh, I kind of wrote some stuff down that I was going to be international. So yeah, I think that's probably why the Lord sent me here and how all this stuff came into play. But I knew I was going to be going out of state for school. However, that has nothing to do with this. So this video is about the things I packed and how I prepared. It was a lot, matter of fact, because it was during a pandemic. So I didn't really have I didn't have somebody tell me what I needed to pack. I didn't have anyone to, well, you know what? I take that back. There was some people that were able to tell me. It was the school that rejected me that told me what I needed to bring. So yeah, it came during a time that COVID was actually like you had to be vaccinated, which we still have to be vaccinated, but it was really where we still had to be inside of our apartments or wherever you are. You were still basically you had to quarantine, so you couldn't go anywhere, and I had to have groceries delivered. Like, this thing was so crazy at that time that it's basically what the whole world had to go through. We were under quarantine. We had to stay in our place. All of that. So I came last year, 2021. We still weren't out of the pandemic. We're still in a pandemic. It's not like we're out of it now, but we're kind of somewhat sort of in a normal space of living. But yeah, so when I came to St. Kitts, I came with COVID and all other stuff like I mentioned, and we had to be vaccinated. Of course, that's one thing. But another thing was, in order to come here, you have to gain entry before you get here. So I had to fill out these forms in order for me to gain entry into the country, which that could take a couple of days. So don't think you're about to hop your way over here and you're just about to hop on a flight and you're gonna be here, because you're not. You're gonna be here and you're gonna be waiting to get approved to even be here. So number one, please research the country you are going to before you come. Because like I just mentioned, you can't just come into the country and think you're just going to be here. I had a friend. Well, I had a friend, still my friend. They were coming to visit and they weren't vaccinated. So they bought a plane ticket, because you can buy a plane ticket. You can buy a plane ticket if you want to. You can spend that money. But what you don't do is you're not going to get nowhere with it. You're going to get here and then not be doing anything. Matter of fact, you won't even get here because you have to be approved to get into the country. All right, so number two, sign up for Smart Travel. That way they can send you updates, and you're notified, and they are notified of your whereabouts just in case anything happens, okay? Because anything can happen. Anything can happen, nobody can know where you are, but at least they know your itinerary and they know where you are. So please sign up for Smart Travel. Number three, sign up for Twitter travel as well. I'm gonna have to put that down below because I really have to look in my phone and see what exactly you need to sign up for. But if you sign up on Twitter, they tell you the places that you don't need to go, like a warning or a category 4, category 3, category 2, whatever the case is, the places you should avoid traveling to so that you don't risk getting into any trouble or risk being trapped in another country. Number 4, let your bank know that you are traveling. I just put down the dates that when I will be out of the country. And yeah, that's basically it. Just let them know when you'll be traveling and how long you're going to be there, because you don't necessarily need to get an account here. But if you want to get an account here, sure. I don't know how that process works because I haven't tried it. But one thing I do know is you need to always have money on a card. You need to always have money on a card, because one thing you can do is you can withdraw, but you can't deposit. So you need to always have money on a card or a credit card or whatever the case is, but make sure that you are budgeting the money that they give you wisely, because you can't just have a credit card, of course, and be like, I'm gonna just spend on everything, because guess what? You don't have no money. You are a medical student and you're broke. So yeah, no, just make sure that you have to be fully equipped when you come here, because that's something that people don't tell you, is that you really do need to have money. Yeah, so I don't want you to be hoodwinked thinking that you're gonna get here on a whim. So put down the dates. Make sure that you have a credit card, maybe two or three credit cards. So this is not something for the faint of heart. Make sure you actually have good credit. Now I can say that I came here and I was prepared because you can't just be out here wilding and not have what you need, you know? So yeah, I was able to, you know, I actually had things in place. You need maybe 2 or 3 debit cards just in case. But you can always withdraw in EC. So the currency here is EC. And that's like maybe 0.37, and then you'll figure out how much that is in American. But yeah, that's one thing you need. You need to have money on a card always, and make sure that you're well supported, that you have other people that can send you money just in case you run into a hole, or you just overspent, you know. That you need a good support system. This is not one of those, I'm just gonna go to medical school out the country. You need to be prepared for this. This is not that, because for one, they don't go off of loans like FAFSA. They don't use FAFSA. They use Sallie Mae. So fun. It's not, but that's what they use. They use Sallie Mae. And I wanted to probably add to that. So they use Sallie Mae. With that, you still need good credit for that. Once again, good credit. Hey, those who are not financially savvy, you better make sure you got some good credit, because you ain't coming over here. You're not coming at all. All right, so the second thing, well, the 8th thing that you need is a police statement of good conduct. So mind you, I did all of this in like 2 weeks. Got my police statement, I got my shots, got everything that they said I needed. We need a financial aid letter. You have to be approved for a loan before you can get here, because you have rent and stuff you have to pay. You have to pay your school, all that stuff. You have to pay for your flight. You have to actually have a flight here, coming here, and a flight saying that you're leaving. So you have to pay for 2 flights. So once again, you need money coming here. You're just not gonna be here. Let's see, what else? What else do you need? I would say that, you need all your shot records as well. You need your shot records, and that's about it. So I would say when I came here, I called them before I came, and I asked them what is all included. So I have an apartment, of course, and for those who are not oriented with the way this country is, I live in Freaking Bay. Okay, whatever the case is. And I had 6 luggages when I got here. To get here, 4 luggages and 2 trunks. And it cost me $697 for my luggage. Okay, so I left off on the fact that my luggage was $697, let alone, that's just my luggage. Oh, so you mean that's not my plane ticket yet? Wow. So I gotta be a millionaire before I get to school. Say less. Yeah, so just to think, that's how much my luggage was. Let's add in the flight cost, which is $800 every time you decide you want to go home. $850, maybe $1,000. So we're gonna say $800 to $1,000 is how much your flight will cost every time you decide you're going to leave, or if you're gonna come in, doesn't matter. or it might be 500 if you do it one way, but there's no one ways because we're here. So that's how much it is. So the costs that come with it is you have to prepare for your flight. This is another why I say research where you're going, research the land. You have to pay for your flight. You have to pay for the seats on the flight. You have to pay for the seats on the flight. You got to pay for your luggage as well. So all these separate things. So all together, that's going to cost you about $2,000 just to get over here. 2,000. Maybe, let's say not 2,000. No. Yeah, about 2,000 if you are coming as a student. Now, if you're going as somebody else, then the luggage, your luggage might be $70 because it's $30 for the first luggage, $40 for the second, $270 for the third, and then it goes up to like $300 for your fourth luggage. Mind you, I had 6. One more time. Or $200 for your third luggage, and then it's $250 after that for each luggage past 3. Might need to clarify on that, but the only airline that comes here is American Airlines. There is no other airline that you can just be. I mean, Delta does come here. I think British or whatever the case is might be the two, Delta and American Airline, but that's the airline there that you can use to get the same kids. So yeah, and so as a student, you're already paying how much? You haven't even got here yet. You're not even living here yet, and you're already spending like $1,600 just to get here. So $1,600. And then you have to do your apartment. You have to pay for your apartment, which is like first and last month rent in some places. And some places allow you to just pay rent for, to hold your space. And then when you get here, it's basically like you're paying again. So just to think, you have to pay for your flight, your luggage, your seats, your security deposit for your place, and you're not in the place yet. And then when you get here, you have to pay your first month rent. That's how some of the places work. Other places work where you're paying first and last. So yeah, right then and there if you're about to move in. But if you want to hold, then some places will allow you to hold your apartment. The next thing is with the apartment, I called them to see. When I say I sent them a million messages, and I had 2 weeks I had 2 weeks to figure all this stuff out. I had 2 weeks to get my shop records. I had 2 weeks to get the police, the financial aid letter, the police letter. And what I mentioned earlier with your financial aid. Sorry, this is like scattered. So with the financial aid letter, you have to basically tell them how much money you have, and you have to show that you were approved to have a certain amount of money. Like, you need to show them your financial aid letter. So you can't just skip on here either just to stay. You have to show them that you have financial aid, that you're allowed to come, that you have so much money in your bank account. Yes, a lot of stuff. So yes, it's a lot. Okay. Another thing is that with that, you need WhatsApp. And I don't think I mentioned in the other video, but you need WhatsApp. If you are coming here, please download WhatsApp, because that is one way that you can talk to people that are here. And not only that, that's how I communicate with the students on campus, because we're not trying to use our minutes, and I'm on international. And that's another thing. You don't have, you're an international student, so you're probably gonna have to buy an international phone. I don't have an international phone. What you're gonna get is, if you need to talk to me, I might call you if it's an emergency on the regular international plan. But if not, catch me on Wi-Fi. The next thing is visa information. So you have to send all of your visa information, as in shot records, and that's what I mentioned. That's basically the visa information. Your police, your letter of conduct, your shots, your financial aid letter, your flights, all that stuff is literally in a packet. Your clearance to be here as well, your acceptance letter for the school, you need that as well. You need to show them your acceptance letter, what else do you need? Acceptance letter, You need all that stuff. And if there's anything else that I'm missing, you can go on the website. But I think that's it. And that's it for that part. Now, the second part is my apartment. So I called them before I came and asked them, what do I need? And I asked for multiple pictures because you're going to a place, you've never seen it. Now you're going to stay there, and I need to be comfortable because there's a certain way I like to live, okay? I have a predilection for the finer things in life. And I just, yeah, but that season is about to be up because God's like, you need to budget your money. You're an adult. You can't just be spending like you want to spend because we have responsibilities, you know, like Tommy said. But okay, yeah. And so I'm like, nah, now this is what I wrote down. The crazy thing is where I'm staying at, I wrote down this place that I'm staying in, like literally to the T, everything that I have in here, I wrote it down of how I want my apartment to be. I love my apartment, yes I do, but guess what? I don't love how this money is coming out of my account every month for this rent that I'm only coming to like sleep, and then I have nothing else that I can do. It's a no-no. Okay, but so yeah, I asked them everything that I needed. So when I say I came with everything, y'all gonna get this list. I came with everything. Everything that you can imagine, I came with, because for one, like I said, I came during when COVID was going on, even though COVID is still going on. I don't know why I'm saying like it's a past thing because we're still living in it. So I came with all the restrictions that what you can't leave, you can't go to the store, you got to be vaccinated. So when I came here, I had to be vaccinated before I came. Then I had to stay in quarantine for a couple of days or whatever the case is. Then I had to go get a test after 4 days. I had to go get a test, another test after 4 days to make sure that I can go off and go into the country that I was cleared. So, and then you have to take a certified taxi just to get there. That's what were the precautions that they were taking back then. All right. So, yeah, all of that was taking place. So I called them. They showed me the apartment. I asked them literally everything to the detail. What do you have in this apartment? So the apartment came and it was furnished. Great thing. I asked them what size were the trash cans. I asked them everything you can think of because I needed to know what I need to bring. And I came fully equipped with everything for my apartment. I did not have to leave to go get anything. I had everything packed away in my luggage because I couldn't leave for a week and I had to clean. Like if I'm moved in somewhere and the apartment's not clean, I can't go to the store. I had everything, cleaning products, everything. I cleaned my apartment while I was in for those 4 or 5 days. It's not like I was going anywhere as if I knew anybody, but I did all of that. So let's get to this list. Number one, I brought a Brita water bottle. You need a Brita water bottle. So I brought a Brita water bottle, and I bought a Brita jug as well. So I had that for my refrigerator because what if I want water that's not in a bottle and I just want to be able to like pour a glass of water? Bought that. Of course, I brought my iPad, laptop, things you need. I brought all my cleaning supplies, like the bleach. I had like little containers of bleach that are like from the dollar store. Containers of bleach. Brought them with me. I brought the bleach, soap, detergent. I brought, like, I'm just now using up all the detergent that I brought. So that's how you know I packed some stuff. Okay? I was prepared. And I'm just now using up all the toilet paper that I had from last year. It's a whole year, y'all. About to be a whole year. Just use up all the toilet paper. Just use up all my dryer sheets. Like, yes, I brought everything that you can think of. And don't forget, bring your hair products. Because as an African American Black woman, whatever you want to call it, the stuff here is expensive. I'm gonna say that again. The stuff here is expensive. And you're not like once again, I was like, so I gotta be a millionaire just to be in school. Okay. Take that. Interesting. Not. No, I'm not. Okay. But in the future, the Lord has great plans. Okay. But yeah, you need to bring all your hair products. I brought braiding hair. I brought grease. I brought shampoo. I brought everything. I brought everything that I needed. Yeah, like because I didn't want to be without anything, so that I didn't have to go to the store and buy anything. And then once I finally found out how much this stuff costs, a bottle of CeraVe is, I believe it's $50 US. The bottle is like 11 at Target. $50 US? No. That's how much it costs. So that's why you have to bring everything you need. I brought my comforter set. I brought my bed sheets. I brought pillows. I brought hangers. I brought my personal speaker. I brought my planner. I brought candles. I brought paper towels from Sam's Club, not the value pack. I brought that one big paper towel roll. I bought it. I bought the Sam's Club toilet paper, where it's, I don't know, I think it's like maybe 12 in a pack, and they're the super big rolls. Brought like 3 of those. Yep, and I'm just now running out. I brought my toilet cleaning brush. I brought braiding hair. I brought my flat iron. I brought curling iron. I brought school supplies, pens. I brought one notebook because that was making my luggage heavy. I brought my laptop stand. I brought a good backpack. I believe it's Danes Dover. I brought that. Danes Dover is like $200. But yeah, I brought my bathing suits. I brought my scrubs. I brought seasonings because I was going to be cooking. So I brought all my seasoning. Because here you want me to spend an arm and a leg. Nope, we didn't spend an arm and a leg. I brought all my seasoning. Yep. Cooking supplies. I brought pots and pans. I brought my own forks, spoons, lunch bag, trash bags. Trash bags that actually fit my trash can. So if you want to actually save money, you need to invest in a trunk, because I brought 2 so I can put all the stuff that you hear me talking about in those trunks. That way when I got here, I had no want for anything at these stores except fill my refrigerator with groceries. That's it. Of course, as a woman, you need like pads, tampons, stuff like that. Sorry guys, whatever the case is, whoever may be watching. But yeah, I brought cooking supplies, like I said, lunch bags, trash bags, Clorox wipes, and bleach, like I said, in the little containers I had. I had brought my security bar for my door. Sure did. Brought it with me. I brought lotion. I brought deodorant. I have the value pack of deodorant where came from Sam's Club, my favorite place. And I had like the 3-pack, 4-pack, whatever it is. I brought my purses. I brought air freshener. I brought my pressure cooker. I brought bowls. I brought boxes of tea. I brought food that's in like the canned containers, like Vienna sausage. What else? I brought packs of noodles. I brought what else did I? Packs of noodles, canned foods, and of course my clothes. So yeah, that's like all the stuff that I brought with me. And I believe, I mean, there's some stuff, other stuff that you might want to add, but if you don't want to bring all that, you want to buy everything here, by all means, you're going to be paying an arm and a leg, maybe a pinky toe. It's going to be expensive, okay? So just be aware that when you come, the cheapest thing for me to do was to actually bring everything with me. Not, I mean, you can, if you feel up to it and you want to pay these prices, sure. But the cheapest way was to bring everything with you, because you can go to Target and buy some for like $2, $3. Mind you, there's no Target here. There's no Walmart here. Those stores, not here at all. So you might want to, because you're going to be paying more and less, probably less quality, maybe the same quality. But if it's the same quality as what it is back home, you're going to be paying way more. You're going to be probably paying triple for a broom, or triple for just something that you can probably get for $2. You're going to be paying more. So I definitely want to say all of that in this video, to give you guys an idea of what you need to pack. So what I want to say as well is that the apartments are pretty much furnished. So when you do pack, apartments are furnished. But you still need the essential stuff like what I just said, because of course they're not gonna be, oh yeah, mind you, I brought all of my towels. I brought all of them, my wash towels. Sure did. I had probably like 6, and they're not the small, like the thin ones. I brought my thick wash towels with me. And you're probably wondering, girl, how did you get all this stuff in your luggage? I had a vacuum sealed bag. I had 2 of them, and I pushed them down in my luggage. There we go. And I was almost overcharged by bringing my luggage. I was almost overcharged. But the lady was like, girl, what are you, this young lady, but she didn't say girl. She's like, this young lady is going out, she's packed up her whole life. And I really did pack up my whole life, because everything was in that luggage. Like yes, everything. She was definitely right. And thank God that she allowed me to go through and then charge me again, because I would have been paying like $900 for luggage. No. So yeah, I would have been paying like $900 for luggage. Thank God for her. So yes, and I wanted to say as well, because when you come here, so you can subscribe if you already have your, not subscribe, if you already have your subscriptions to like what you want to watch, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever, Amazon. The one things that don't work here, Amazon does not work here. You're going to be watching like the study abroad videos, which is nothing basically. So Amazon doesn't work here. Hulu doesn't work here. But the ones that do work here, Netflix, Disney, YouTube. I have a Roku TV, so Roku, those work. But everything doesn't work on Roku, but Roku does work. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, and you don't need adapters. So everything is like American plugs. You don't need adapters. And anything else that you might need, I mean, you can sit down and make your own list and figure out what you might need, but definitely, this is pretty much it. It's pretty much what oh, make sure you have Band-Aids. I have my first aid kit. You need a first aid kit. You need every type of medicine that you can think of. Itching cream, fungal cream, because, and I noticed here that you can get like all type of different things, because once you're in this environment that your body's not used to this environment, just everything, like you're not used to this. So you need fungal cream, because we're in a moist environment. Moisture is in this environment. If you're not always dry, whatever the case is, you can be prone to a fungal infection in real life. Like, yeah, that's the case of being in another country. But a first aid kit, Band-Aids, Neosporin, anything that is first aid. Oh, and I brought my extension cord. I brought that. I brought my extension cord. I brought my extension cord and my lunch bag. Brought my lunch bag with me. Is there anything else? Oh, I brought my Bible. You know, I mean, just want to have in hand. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, you guys can look up whatever you need to look up or find whatever you need to find, but that is I think that's about it. That wraps up this video, and I hope that you guys have a great time going wherever you are doing study abroad. Just know that this list should help you out, and I hope that I went through a selection of things that might save you some money. And some things to think about before you go. Make sure you research those apartments though before you come. And I just want to say thank you for tuning into my channel.